as long as you can see. All right, guys, let's start off with any questions from homework stuff. Yes? Do you have questions? Are they circled maybe, or you know what I mean? Are they circled or? Oh, but I think everything's circled, right? Bless you. Bless you. So I mean, like everyone's, like all the ones you're supposed to do. Do you know which ones you had questions on? Did you do them? Are you asking if you did them right? So, for example, like here, I need to see more work, but I can't really stand here and grade your homework right now. Do you know which ones you had questions on? Like you weren't sure how to do them? I don't see anything circles. You know what I mean? You gotta make it so that I can tell where the questions are. But we'll see what questions people have. Maybe they have the same questions you had. We'll keep that right there for a second. Yes? Yeah.
Can we do a 6.3 section? Number 138.
Number 138?
6.3, and then number 188.
188. All right, guys. This is ¿Cómo estás? The one about Patty bought a baby stroller, is that the one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh my God. $188. Patty bought a baby stroller on sale for $301. And 75 cents. The original price was, where'd it go? $355. And it asks you, find the amount of discount. I'm sorry, look at the line. Find the amount of discount and the discount rate. They're trying to help you because you got to get part A before you can actually do part B. So I saw way too many people doing something like dividing this by this. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't give you anything good. If you want to find the percent discounts, you got to first find the discount. So remember the whole thing, if I want to know the percentage of men in here, I got to first find out, well, how many freaking men are in here. So if I want the percent discount, yeah. So how much, what was the discount amount?
301.
Is that how much money they took off? The discount amount is how much money they took off. What was the amount of the discount? How do you find that? If it was originally $355 and they're going to sell it to me for $301.75, subtract it. See what the difference is, right? How much did they actually take off the price? However much this is difference, right? If it's $10 and I say I'll give it to you for $8, well, what's my discount for you? $2. I took $2 off. So how much money did they take off? $355 minus $301.75, which is $53.25, right? That's the discount amount. Now, how do I find out the discount rate? The percent discount. How do you find the percent change of anything? Percent increase, percent decrease. You take the original under the change. I think this is a challenge, I think. If Divided by the original, which is,
301.
what was the original price? $355. That's the original price. Oh, okay, whatever that is, yeah. Put it in the calculator, it gives you a decimal, you change it into a percentage. Why does she have to stand right next to the door? Hello? Huh? Yeah, it sounds like that's what somebody else got too. I'll take your word for it. 2015, so that is 15%. Now trust me, if you have any trouble going from percent to decimal to fraction, you have got to devote some time to that. That needs to be a basic skill, just a part of your nature is just be able to do that kind of thing. If you can't do that kind of thing, you're not going to be able to do these kind of problems. You're going to be moving the decimal to the wrong place and getting all kinds of wrong numbers. So you got to start there. Cool, I like it. Anything else from homework stuff? Oh. There's an updated. Where are we at, sir? How about them Cubs? You're like, what is that, football?
No, football.
Yes.
I have one more question.
Sure.
6.4 section, and then the number would be Q22.
222?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one says, find the rate if a principal of $11,000 earned. No, I don't. I spelled it with a T somehow. Earned $1,815 interest in 3 years. So this is all this information. They give me all that information. What's the formula that connects everything together? You guys ever seen West Side Story? You remember that? I just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found. So there's a whole song in there called "I'm Pretty." So the only reason I say this is because the formula for this is I be pretty. I don't know if you guys remember. I be like I am. I equal pretty. I like it. Interest is principal times rate times time. I like it. Because you would take that percent of this for so many years to get your interest, your total interest. I like it. So really what this becomes then is... Say again?
There's no right here.
So who cares? If I tell you what I and P and T, if I tell you those, can't you solve for R? Did they do that? What is 11,000? What letter does that go in for?
P, probably.
No probably. Principal of 11,000. So that goes in for the letter P. What about 1815 interest? That will go in for the letter
R.
$1,850 interest. It's remarkable how they picked letters that relate directly to the idea. I'm not making funny, Rick. I'm just saying
I know.
they chose those letters on purpose to relate directly to the physical thing, right?
That's
So
what I did yesterday, bro.
that's the interest. And what's the 3 years? T for time. I like it, right? I make my T's look like that so they don't look like plus signs. So if I throw all that information in, you should be able to solve for R. That'll be the only thing you don't know. So if there's one variable in an equation that you don't know, you can solve for it. You guys look like you don't believe me. Do it.
So So basically, we have to multiply all the numbers, right?
Yeah, you just plug it in and do what it says. Solve for R. As far as together, like screams and out of nowhere. There is no R. There has to be something that you don't know, or else there's no point to the problem. Yes, you do. So how do I rewrite this equation? What goes here?
When you times that 3 years into that interest?
Well, let's do what it says to do. You see what I'm saying? What goes here?
The interest.
So what number goes here?
It's 18.
1815?
25.
1850.
1850.
What goes here?
3 years.
11,000, right? P.
No, wait.
What's the matter? T is 3. Please realize.
Yeah.
So guys, if I gave you this problem right now, if I said ay squared minus b, and I said evaluate that if a is 3, y is -2, and b is -6. We've done problems like this before, right? You just plug 3 in for a, and you plug -2 in for y. Same thing. If I know what I is, I put it there. If I know what p is, I do. It's 11,000, so I put it right there. I'm replacing p with its value. Its value is 11,000. What's the value of r? As many of you pointed out, we have no idea. What's the value of t? 3. So what's 11,000 times r times 3? 33,000. R equals 1850. Yeah, and then you're one step away from knowing what r is. Well, why is the r not by itself, Jackie? Why is the r not by itself? What's with the r?
Rate.
What is with the r? What's with the r? 33,000. Alright. Okay. Just because there's a physical meaning behind an equation, it doesn't make the equation solving any different than we've ever done. Where's my... There's... So guys, help me out. How would you solve this? How would you solve that for R? What would you do? How would I solve this? Don't look down there. I'm saying this one. How would you...
Or hang on the right side.
Why would you do something crazy like divide by 2? Why would you do that? Jack, come on. You know how to solve equations. I know you do. Because you want to get r by itself. We know that's our goal, is to get the variable by itself, right? That's our goal. So whatever's with it, you do the opposite operation. So I'm going to divide by 2 because I don't want the 2, and the operation is multiplication. So do you see how that's the same damn thing I have here? I have something equals something times r. Well, let me divide by this crazy something here, so the r is by itself. It's the same idea. So I'm going to divide by 33,000. I don't know if part of the problem is your brain is saying you can't put 33,000. Yes, you can. We know it's going to be a decimal answer. It's going to be some kind of a percent, right? So maybe that's a part of it. Your brain is like, wait, you can't divide that in. Yes, you can. It's going to be a number less than 1. No big deal. So I don't know what it comes out to be, but 0.055. So that means what percent? 5.5%, right? 5.5%. What's up, Rick?
5.5.
What's up? You guys okay? Everybody okay? You got really quiet. Except, for her. All right, let's do another one like that. So what if I had, what if I earned, let's see, if I earned $1,200 from a 6% account, And I put it in there for 4 years. But I forgot how much money I put in there. What was my principal? Try to do this problem. I'm using the exact same formula. You just have to identify what your variables' values are, plug them in, and then solve it. So we're still using... Yes, sir. You see your interest. Where's that 1,200 going to go into the equation? Where's it going to go? Replace it with that $1,200 interest. Where's it going to go into the equation? So you can't go in for P, that's the principal, that's what we're going to know. You can't go in for R, that's the rate, that's the 6%. You can't go in for T, that's the time, that's 4 years. Interest is the I, so that 1,200 is going to go in where the I is, because that's what the interest was. So I can replace the I with 1,200 because I know the interest was 1,200. %, how are you going to write that? You got to make it into what? What do you think? 6% of those two. 0.06, yeah. And what letter would it go in for the 0.06? What letter would it go in for? Great. Yeah. Okay. So how do you guys set this up now? What goes here? 1,200 C. So 1,200 interest. What goes here?
Principal, which is unknown.
Which we don't know. So big old P just sits there. We don't know what that is. We don't know what that is. Times the rate. What's the rate?
6%.
So what do I put here?
0.06.
To gas. And then the time. What's the time? Is times get bill. No, it's not. Okay. And now I just divide, and I just, listen to me giving it away. I solve for P. So what can you do first with these, actually? Yeah? What is 0.06 times 4? 0.24. See, so the idea of how to solve an equation, that process doesn't care where the equation came from. It just always does the same thing. I want to get that letter that I don't know by itself, no matter where all the other stuff came from. So my P, I want to get it by itself, so I'm going to divide by 0.24. Oh, like that. Actually comes out nice. Yeah. P is 5,000. Second? No. What are the units on this? Dollars. That's not a rate. That's a money amount. Yeah. That's how much money this dude put in the account that he forgot. .24, yeah. I want to get P by itself, so I got to divide by 0.24. Yeah, divide so I can get the P. So now the P is by itself. So now I know P by itself equals that. Yes, sir.
So I have a question. So every time we don't know what the principal is, so you have to divide, right? Always.
Yeah, anytime you know this, you're going to have to divide to figure out one of the other three. Does that make sense? I mean, if I don't know P, I'm going to have to divide by RT. If I don't know R, I'm going to have to divide by PT. If I don't know T, I'm going to have to divide by PR. I mean, that's, do you see that? In fact, you guys should be able to take this equation and solve for P. How would I solve this equation for P? How do I get P by itself in this equation? Divide by what?
P by RT.
RT. I want P by itself. I divide by the stuff I don't want.
Okay, now cross that out.
So then P equals I over RT. Isn't that what we did? We took the interest divided by R times T. Isn't that what we ended up doing? Okay. So, how about this? Let's do this for a second. I've stumbled onto a weakness here. Let's identify and attack it. If I had this equation here, and I tell you that W is 7, C is 2, and A is 12. Solve for the variable I don't know. Do it now. Or sit there. It's up to you. You don't even have to be here. But I'm glad you are. I want you to do this. Yeah, exactly. Just plug them in. And then you see your B is unknown. Right. So the minute you plug in the known values, you end up with a nice little equation just like we've seen before. So just adding that one step of having to plug values in doesn't change how to solve the equation. It doesn't change it. You set up an equation, now you solve it like you always do. So when you plug these in, what happens here? 12 equals B times 7. So I'm going to write 7B is equal minus 2. And now you just solve it like always. And nothing about the solving is different now. No, not first. What do you do first? You don't want to divide first because then I'm going to make all these fractions I don't want. So what am I going to do first? Add 2. I like that. 14 equals 7b, and now you can divide.
Jeff,
Yes.
why did you put the B first and then 7
Oh, is that the big deal? All right. So what is b times 7? What is b times 7? 7b. It's just common practice to put the number first. I could. Is 6 times 8 different from 8 times 6? Is 6 times 8 different from 8 times 6? No, definitely not. But there's been, who cares if you put a 6 or an 8 first? Here, I'd much rather put the number first because that's just what we're used to seeing. We're just used to seeing the number first. So it doesn't matter what order you write multiplication in. It's the same thing. Cool, I like it. Yeah, let's do another one of these. Let's say I put $80,000 into a 9% account and make, maybe I will try to make it come out nice. Let's see if I make something that actually works nice. $1,080 interest. How long was it in there for? Alright, It's all back. Sure is, Joe. It's exciting.
Get all this stuff. All this stuff done. I need all this stuff.
Sing it, sir.
All this stuff. I do this. I do this.
You did it already. All the stuff we're learning.
All the stuff we're doing now.
Yes.
I do all this.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it should be coming back, right? Coming back to you. Oh, what's up?
I was going to talk to before I was going to talk
So before I give you the homework sheet, you're going to talk to who about? You're going to talk to Nat. Sorry, I lost you. Before I give you the homework sheet. Oh yeah, your mom talked to them already. Yeah. Yeah, she did. She talked to them already.
Yes, because I was going to
Oh yeah, she beat you to it. I didn't realize how far behind you were. So you can always come talk to me. She can always talk to me, tell me how far behind. But I mean, you can go to the chair anytime you want to. All right, guys. What letter does this pertain to? What variable? P. This is going to, of course, be R. We're going to write it as I like 0.09. And then this, of course, is I. Because that's the interest. I like it. So obviously, first step in a word problem like this is to identify. It's not even a word problem because the equation's been made for me. A real word problem is where you have to come up with the equation. That's a word problem. This is a plug and chug problem. But if you don't know where to plug stuff, then the chug is going to come out wrong. So the I is 1,080. The P is 80,000. The R is 0.09. And the T is what we don't know. That's right. Man, I'm using a lot of colors here. So isn't this 7,200?
Yeah.
Divide by 7,200?
I got the number of the beast.
Really? Neat.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for that to happen. No.
6.6666666.
Well, it should be
Point
maybe 0.666. I don't know.
point
Yeah, 1,080 divided by 7,200. I think I went in the other way around. So what do you get? Sorry. 0.15?
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean? 0.15 what? What is T always in? Time. No, this is time. Right? How long was it in there? But what is time always in for this equation? Years. 0.15 years. That's a really weird way to say time, right? How long will I see you until I see you again? 0.15 years. Be here. Be right here in 0.15 years. So, yes, okay. How many months is 1 year? 12. So you can say, okay, this is 0.15 times 12 months. What's 0.15 times 12? 1.8. So a little less than 2 months. 1.8 months. Now that makes more sense to me, right? It's like if I said 0.3 hours. If I said 0.3 hours, you know, like, what the hell's that? But then I say 0.3 times 60 minutes, I can figure out how many minutes that is. That would make more sense. 0.3 hours, by the way, is not half an hour. It's not. 0.5 hours would be half an hour. Okay, maybe 0.3 hours comes out to be 18 minutes. It's weird. Okay, maybe.
So 1.8 is the answer you'd be looking for?
Well, I mean, if he said 0.15 years, it's mathematically fine. But if you want to put it in terms that makes more sense,